Thursday, June 3rd, 2021. It is 4:07 p.m. Regular monthly board meeting of the Augsburg Region Port Authority. The meeting is called to order. Mr. Lawrence, any letters of communications to the board?
Just breaking down the board read file, it was 50 pages, 23 of them had to do with the beach, 16 were just outright about the OBPA, and the rest were about the border closure and COVID. So it kind of gives an indication of what we're dealing with all last month. So, and you'll see those in the building file.
Any questions, comments on anything that was in there? It was good to see that we now have a representative on the Regional Economic Development Council. Lauren?
So it's
Good, very good. Anything else?
Go ahead. I was pleased to see when Senator Ritchie about the meeting. I thought that was a very good contact.
Yeah.
Supportive.
Well, move on to approval of board minutes. Anne Marie, do you know, has Mr. King reviewed May 6th and May 19th minutes?
Ms. Terminelli did May 6th because Mr. King was absent, but he has reviewed the May 19th. So both have been reviewed.
Any corrections, Ms. Terminelli?
I already spoke with Anne Marie. There was just updated the time that she had me out of the meeting and into the meeting, and she corrected it. So that's all set. I've read them over. I found them to be accurate and thorough, and I would make motion to approve the May 6th minutes.
Okay, for May 6th, motion's been made. Is there a second? I'll second. Made and seconded. All those in favor of approving the May 6th, 2021 board meeting minutes, say aye. Aye. The hand has been raised. Obviously, no one in opposition, there's only 4 of us. Now the May 19th, Anne Marie?
They have been reviewed by Mr. King and there were no changes needed.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept the May 19th?
I'll make that motion.
Made and seconded. All those in favor of approving the May 19th, 2021 minutes, say aye. Aye. The hand is raised again. Okay. They are approved. Reports, presentations and reports, committee reports. There was no finance committee meeting in the month of May due to the auditors being here. We gave that month off for Mr. Coffin. Good. The Child Care Initiative Committee. Nicole, would you like to report on that?
Sure. I don't have my notes right handy. I didn't realize Tony wasn't going to be here. We met 2 weeks ago, I believe. I'm not exactly sure what the date was. And in that meeting, we just kind of debriefed on our visit to the Canton Daycare Center and the resource that they will be as we move forward. And then discussed how to go about collecting the information for a needs assessment in our more local. We recognize that the county, along with some other organizations, are doing a county-wide needs assessment, but we really thought that it was important that we narrow our focus to the Ogdensburg area, seeing we already know a possible location, as opposed to, I'm sure that on the county end, they're looking for where those needs are. So that's our kind of our next step, and we'll be discussing that at our next meeting, which is next Tuesday at 4 o'clock.
Good. Anyone have any questions? Thank you. We'll move on. We had a working session for the facility committee. Ms. Pickman?
Yeah, the main focus of our facilities committee meeting was business at the airport. Really taking a look at being ahead of the curve before the border opens, either getting a low-cost carrier or expand the current service. There was a previous phone conference with allegiance, and after that meeting, it was very clear that we need to pursue, we need to continue on with the search. So we asked, Mr. King and I asked Stephanie to reach out to both Southern and Cape Air, just to, you know, kind of put out our feelers and see what they might be able to offer us as far as low cost carrier. Stephanie did do this. She came back with an email, responded with an email, sharing her response from Southern. They're suggesting that we put together a filing committee, which would outline the Ogdensburg market, community and corporate support, and revenue guarantees. That's what they're looking for us. Once they're just together on our part, then they would be willing to have a conversation. So that was sort of the essence of their response. Stephanie will continue to reach out to both SkyWest and Cape Air, and she's asked the board if we'd like her to put together a marketing proposal, which follows the FAA guidelines. At the same time, we pursued whether or not the CARES Act funding was paid for an air service development consultant to kind of go along with all that. So we're just kind of waiting on that, right? There's a lot to that, and we're getting up to so, but we're going in forward motion. We'd really like to get things going before the border opens. Like I said, we'd like to be ahead of the curve. Time is really of the essence, and you know, as long as we're moving forward, that's the main thing. So,
Good. Any questions? Yeah.
If there's any questions.
Nicole? All right. We, Personnel Committee, also had a working session, and if you would like to report on that, please.
certainly, we have a major undertaking in reviewing and adopting the employee handbook. We have not started that process yet, but will be in the very near future. There's a lot to it. The comprehensive document, it will take some time. I'm sure it may take more than one meeting, maybe not, maybe we can get right to it, but that is definitely on our very near agenda. We also will need to talk about potential replacement of the industrial campus director / marketing specialist for the airport. So we need to have some conversations about whether that position will be brought back exactly as it was in the past, or if we are going to create sort of a hybrid version of that position with a heavy emphasis on marketing our airport. You know, we definitely will need to be thinking outside the box as far as recruiting just the right person. We've been in contact with an outside consultant who spoke to this, you know, notion of getting creative in the process. Perhaps looking at shipping brokers or other positions that have the unique perspective and information of doing business on the international border. It's a very unique skill set, and we're going to continue those conversations, look at that business.
Nicole, any questions? Good. Anything else?
That's it?
Thank you. Move on to report. The income expense report. We can go in. No, I don't have a little. We were going to, but then the auditors said they would be here, so we're going to let them do it, and they will go to the last minute. They do not have the numbers are ready. I have the numbers, and I'm working now to finish March so that we can close April. And that's where we are right now. They're working on the footnotes and their management letter. Good. No other questions? Patty, we'll move on to Greg's traffic report. Laura?
Yes,
some good news in, once again, in truck traffic. And if you compare, you see in all of the crossings from May 31st, 21 to 219, you'll see that we're up 37% over a normal year. So, if everything was normal, we love that number. And in fact, we love it now because it does drive, a little bit more of income. But if you do see the revenue side, when you compare that to 2019, we're down 105,000. And then you look at the revenue from 21 to 20, that's COVID to COVID, numbers. And we are up, and that would be totally a reflection of truck traffic, there. But, truck traffic is strong, the commerce part of it. And, just for everyone's awareness, we will be pulling unit races Sunday night, for Monday through Thursday, or Sunday through Thursday. And that will be until at least, the beginning of October, and that's to accommodate the night work that will be done on the U.S. bridge approach. So you may see a drop off a little bit in that, but from what I understand, a lot of companies are going to just change their schedule, so they'll be ready to cross early in the morning when it opens up, because they do what I guess they like, using our, they can work around that. So hopefully those impacts will be minimal, and the more that we can communicate, the more that we won't disrupt anything there. But I've got to say, Canadian Border Services and the U.S. OBPA have done a great job with communicating with the commercial drivers and getting their vehicles, and they got a lot of input on how we go about closing this down for that period of time. So we've been almost 5 weeks between advertising and going back and forth with everybody. So we'll see. I think we're ready, but there'll be probably some growing pains in the beginning, but we hope to address them.
And that's 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. is that?
Correct.
I have seen that.
I have a question
Yeah.
about that. This is just $1 million question. Is the border open before then? It's just all those, it's a done deal, right?
Oh,
I mean,
no, nothing changed. This would happen in a normal year. This is, regardless, in some ways, yeah, there's less pressure on us for commercial, and regular traffic, auto traffic. So in a way, it's a better time, not that there is, but with that, but should the border open, that won't change anything.
Okay.
We're still gonna go forward with that, because we have to.
Right.
Yeah, runs through, right?
It runs through October, middle of October, I believe. There's a lot of room in there that things go really well. It may end sooner, but we've kind of taken the worst case scenario with weather and everything like that.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Nicole, anything? No? Move on to airport activity and occupancy report. Stephanie is online.
I don't see her online.
Any reports in front of you? I believe there's an item on the agenda regarding the hangar.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any questions on what's been presented? For the meeting? We heard Jennifer's comments regarding what was discussed and today with regard to anything? Anyone? Hopefully it's not. Well, now let's move on to the board activity report.
I didn't have time to complete a full activity report and timing from the holidays and all of that, but to give you a verbal summary of the activity. Grain shipments on the rail remain strong. think we're in line to receive another 30 rail cars of the same product. We're full in two buildings, and then we're taking up room in our building. We used our large building 5 and for overflow on that, and we've got room. So we're unloading there, and then Mr. Dawson, we're down, and you saw close to 90,000 tons of salt from one vendor, and then we have salt from the other 2 vendors that are already in storage and covered. We will have our 90,000 after that's what comes in tonight, 9 o'clock. So we'll be unloading that. That's been a really good thing for the port budget there, and it's looking on some of my conversations with one of the companies, it's looking very promising for more salt. They're going after us. They've been producing a lot, so they're going very aggressively at the market. And they are running out of places to store it. So they've asked us, what we can take, and I've given them a number, which is a lot. So we're hopeful that they continue with that. We just need, or what will happen, we'll need time to just relocate that. And there's an expense in that, but we'll deal with that directly with the company there. But that's always encouraging news, considering that we'll be doing it. So we're good there. We are talking to a couple of possible long-term customers, and then we have been working toward quoting some wind turbines. They aren't giving out any timeline, so this is quite early for that. So conceivably we might see something in the fall before they're getting ready for. We'll start seeing requests for the same amount of wind turbine components. People are getting anxious about putting together the quotes to these projects. So, the past 10 days have been very good for them.
Any other questions? Nicole, any questions?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, building occupancy report, industrial commercial processes.
We have on the agenda 3 leases to approve tonight for June 1 through May 31st of next year. We have one lease that is coming due at the end of September that we're already in negotiations to make sure that, and that would be a 5-year lease, to make sure that lease remains through with us. We've had a broker for the GSA in touch with us looking for a possible amount of space. We have another of our tenants, current tenants, who is looking to enlarge their space. So we might be able to move one tenant that would give us the room to satisfy the GSA requirement. So we're sort of shifting some of our tenants, or possibly shifting some tenants. And we actually had a request yesterday that we had to refuse because we don't have enough space.
They're asking for so much. We aren't there yet. I would say if we were talking going back and we could do that for long-term planning, I think whatever, 1,500. We should have a spare building of 20 to 40,000 that to work with. It's after the fact, but I guess I didn't. But we wouldn't have seen this coming, but anticipate why, just when you talk with, two brokers of ours, we know one would take a building on its own right now. I don't know about long term, and we can't say that, but the saying goes, this was more of a short term thing, but if we had, roughly 5 to 10,000 square feet, they would have taken it in a minute, but we don't have anything that large.
How long does it take to put a building?
If you bid it, yeah, I mean, what I have in mind, if you had it in place for the bid, say January, February, you were doing that good weather, I would say you could probably have everything in place by the end of the year. I could do it, I know I could, but it would just be a matter of having the funding and, the commitment from somebody. But even if we did it on our own, the only caveat to that would be, I can't tell you, what heavy building construction materials deliveries are. I'm not that involved in that part. There may be a good part of it that is fine. I don't know, a structural steel or insulated metal panels or roofing deck. Some of that, I'm sure you might have to throw on an extra quarter or a half year to that probably, come to think of it. But I would say definitely in 18 months you could do it. And you may pay, of course, like everything else, you may pay more.
Those are materials, we have to say.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know but I know a lot of people look at that as versus wood, and that's a good call. I don't know, homeowners just aren't used to that, but that's an option. And that's a lot of what you do commercial. So there could be a demand on that. For that, but I'm saying all things being equal and damp down a little bit, I would say a year to 14 to 18 months. We, probably pretty much regardless of the size, if you went 24,000 to 40,000, you can do in the same time period.
It seems to me that that's a long-term planning project. You have to jump at, right? Is there any merit in trying to build space?
Yeah.
Available?
It is like if you were to take an area of the city and all of a sudden development, what we do is we draw a certain amount of those people into the new homes. So the idea was, you can get people that aren't like where they're at, but they like more, and you may tempt them, and then free up other space for either two people take or somebody else comes into. Rather than, you may find a new, just at the right time, somebody with a new tenant that wants to do build out. And that's what I've always kind of harped on is that you get a tenant that wants to make a commitment to building out your space for 5, 10, 20 years. You got more success and you're running out more space.
Okay. Okay. Good. I'm sorry, Nicole, any questions?
No, thank you. I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, we'll move on to, unfinished business. Lawrence, is there any?
None that I know.
Okay, move on to business item. General administration. Agenda item A1, approval of vehicle purchase. Lawrence?
This is approval of vehicle purchase. We have not purchased a new truck since 2015, and we're replacing one of our older vehicles, which is the 2005 Chevy pickup. We went through the New York State contract mini bid process. I have issued a purchase order already because time was of the essence, but these were what you see there are the firms that gave a bid through the mini bid process, and the low bidder was San Bordo Ford. And we then issued a purchase order for that. The vehicle was not budgeted for the 2021 or 22 capital budget, but I did talked with the CFO, and based on when we have to pay for this, she believes Patty can put away enough money to get this taken care of. We think we'll receive it in November. So with that in mind, and then having kind of the extra business at the port, we feel that it would be a good investment. Because quite frankly, our fleet is in that, and we've got to start somewhere. So Patty was understanding and agreed to it. So we're going ahead with it. And for port also is a certified, which definitely will help our goals for this coming year.
Is it unusual that no local bids anything?
Yeah, well, it's all opened up, and I don't know, a number of auto dealers are, they have to go through a
Part
process
of
to
the
get
state
their,
system.
what happens too is they can get overwhelmed, I believe, because, you see with some of the trucks. And I don't know, maybe they're doing such a volume that the money's there for them. But hopefully we just haven't seen anything locally in my years.
Okay.
Right. And then we've even, you can buy New York State contract as well. We haven't seemed to be able to find that. So we haven't seen previously.
Motion before you. Resolution is before you. Is there a motion? Motion's been made.
I'll second.
Seconded. Is there any discussion? If not, Anne Marie, call the roll.
Mr. Coffin,
Aye.
Mr. Byrne,
Yes.
Ms. Quirk Pickman,
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli,
Yes.
motion carried.
Agenda item B1. Approval of supplemental lease agreement number 1, Commission System. Lauren?
I let Patty handle this. I don't think dealing with that.
We have negotiated with Houston Systems to continue their lease of 180 square feet of the office building here for another 2-year period, beginning June 1st, 2021 through May 31st, 2023, at a rate of $180 per month, including utilities. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified.
Is it the same rate as previous year?
Yes.
Okay, resolution is before you. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Made and seconded. Any further discussion? Now, Anne Marie, call the roll, please.
Mr. Byrne,
Yes.
Ms. Quirk Pickman, Ms. Terminelli,
Yes.
Mr. Coffin,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, agenda item C1. Approval of supplemental lease agreement number 3 with Day Automation.
We have agreed with Day Automation to continue their lease of 1,235 square feet of office space in the 4th building of the Industrial Park campus for another 1-year period, beginning June 1st, ending May 31st, 2022, at the current rate of $720 per month, plus their prorated share of the utilities. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified.
Resolution is in front of you. Motion? Second?
I'll second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Now, Anne Marie, call the roll, please.
Ms. Quirk Pickman, Ms. Terminelli,
Yes.
Mr. Coffin,
Yes.
Mr. Byrne,
Yes.
motion carried.
You. Agenda item B1. Approval of key hanger leases. What is doing this?
I have one question. Marie, maybe you can help too.
Yep.
Don't we always do these separately?
No,
Or have we combined them before?
yes, we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what you see before you is the monthly rental for hanger, hanger 9 for a Tennessee Birch it would go from May 19th, 2021 to October 31st, 2021. So that's
Yeah, he's just doing a short one.
short, yeah. And that's at $215 a month. And then you see an annual lease with June 15th, 2021 through June 14th, 2023. Included in the agreement is requirement that proof of insurance be provided in the OBPA as condition of the insurance. So, we look for your approval of resolution.
Now this will, have every key hanger filled, correct?
No, there are still two available. No, I thought so too. I thought I heard that they were full, but I see on the,
No, hangers, oh no, it's just storage space with them.
Okay.
All 10 hangers are full.
Resolution before you, is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved. Second? Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, Anne Marie, call the roll, please.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Mr. Coffin?
Aye.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk Pickman?
Yes.
Motion carries.
You get her vote?
She was the first one.
Oh, you got it on yours?
Yeah.
So it's clear that the Terminelli did vote me for the resolution. You? Is she back on?
She's on. It's us that's having
Oh,
the problem.
okay. All right. Agenda item E1. Approval of contract award covering the Morton Salt stuff. What?
the Morton Road stockpile was on the very end of the point there. Currently that's where we also the company. So we had to move that. And when we moved it on our own direction, it's our responsibility. They had already covered it for the season. And when we need to, here he goes to our issues with jet or well, when we get the compass off, we needed an area to lighten that. So we had to move the Morton pile to the south, about 9,000 short ton. Morton had already covered and done there what they were supposed to do. Well, we had to take the tarp off and we moved it. We had to cover. We roughly runs about $1 per ton of the stockpile. So that was on us. And the way we did it, for us to make money, we think the way we manage is for our, in this case, we had to move it in order to manage a better situation. So with that, we had to award a contract to Simmons Recovery. And Simmons is the sole source for Morton. I can't hire somebody else to do this in order for Morton to protect their product. They want Simmons to do it. So it wasn't like I could go out and did that. But I do have some coverage sources that I ran the numbers by. More than a year. So I felt comfortable with that. So I'm coming to you. The work was already done. It had to be done immediately to protect their product. So unfortunately, it's over $5,000. So I think we need your approval to approve that. Covering of the work. Any questions on this?
So it's 9,000 tons left by building 6?
Yeah, it's right there by the. Yeah.
And that's being moved where?
That was moved. That was there. It was on the point. All we did was just move it in, move it more than 200 or 300 feet.
Okay.
And if you look at pile, right there, yeah.
And who's coming in? Okay, talk to us about that?
Who's,
Jim, bringing in additional help.
no, and that depends on what happens with the state contract. They could be adding to that file. They have just as much ability to get future contracts as the other vendors do.
All right, resolution in front of you, is there a motion? Motion's been made, seconded. Any discussion? Nicole, did you hear all that?
I heard it all. I think, just one question, was this something that could have been avoided? Was it like a planning issue, or was that delivery that we weren't maybe expecting at this time, or did Morton cover a little earlier than they typically do?
Nicole, what it was, they had more than 9,000 on the point. That was the remainder of their stockpile. And let's just say nothing happened. Well, we don't, maybe they're the next ones in and all we do is add more to that. But we can't, we couldn't separate, there's not enough room to have two separate piles. So what we did was, it was kind of unexpected and all at once. So we just, after we got looking at it, we decided that that's what we had to do to move that. And it turns out it's going to be, considering how much we're getting from the other salt company, that would be a good move there. We'd like to avoid that kind of thing, but this was just something that could be helped. We do, in our rate, we do have things that cover all of that. So if we manage that, that helps our revenue. But there is money in there to move salt around, and it's up to us to manage that. And so we try to plan that out. And if we, in this case, we weren't able to be so lucky.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
I'm thinking that once the dredging project is done, that it'll reduce this kind of a problem. Because then we won't have to lighten ships in order to get them down the pier front.
You get it. You see what when you're down there, it was the perfect time to explain all of that. We've got another ship coming in tonight, and we've got to put that in 3 different spots. Thank God all of those spots that belong to the salt company that's coming in. So, but we have to manage that just so that we can get the ship high enough so that it can move forward. So they know what they have to do, and we're working with them, but it isn't like a no-brainer where you just say, come on all the way up the dock and put a cone down and put a pile there, as other places. But the shipping company's been great for it. All the vessels that have come in and really worked really well with us. And this one coming in tonight is a Bowen over, it's only a year old. So that will give us more options too. But if, you hit the nail on the head. That's a major issue with the port expansion. That we'll get more storage space, but we'll also have the option of right up there and put it down and be done with it, cover it, and all that.
We probably won't have to go on a rate.
No, right.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Not Anne Marie, call the roll, please.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk Pickman? Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, move on to agenda item C2. Approval of storage and handling agreement with American Rock. What?
We've been working on this with American Rock Salt. They reached out to us. We agreed that we get to work on a new agreement for the coming year. And we did, you see, we did what a quarter, based on, we had some difficulty on opening up older rail cars was taking some time. We didn't figure on that, so when we reevaluated the amount of manpower, the loading out and scaling was no issue, but unloading the rail cars and stockpiling, we were spending a little more than we thought we would. So we did ask for a quarter per ton from the American Rock Salt, and we understood to agree to the rate before we raised there. We still held the storage rate at 15 cents a short ton for a 30-day period. So the term of this agreement is August 1st, 2021 to July 31st, 2022. They currently have, they do have a stockpile of road salt with us right now. And that was, I'm speaking to the people that are down here, but you saw that. Okay.
Good. Resolution in front of you, is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
A,
I'll second.
seconded. Any discussion? Then Marie, call the roll, please.
Mr. Byrne?
Yes.
Ms. Quirk Pickman? Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, agenda item C3. Global lease agreement with Woodcrest Dairy LLC. Woodcrest Dairy leases approximately 14 acres east of the Apple Building and another 40 acres on Wagner Road near the transfer station. They farm it. They are looking for a renewal for the period of May 1, 2021 through November 30, 2021 at a rate of $30 per acre or $1,620 for the lease period. In addition, the lease gives the authority the option to cancel the lease with 60 days notice should the need arise that a major industrial project requires the acreage. We are giving it to them, but they know that this is prime industrial land, so it would have to be changed. Also included in this agreement is the requirement for Woodcrest Dairy to provide proof of appropriate insurance coverage to the authority, naming the OBPA as an additional insured. We recommend the approval of this lease agreement. This is the second agreement with us for that, those two pieces. This is the same rate as last year, and that's partly my fault. I didn't realize we even had a land lease until they called and said, you haven't given me any lease. So as he was already plowing the field, I didn't feel right.
Patty, can I ask a question? This is Jennifer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does this does this lease include the subordination language for the lender? And if it doesn't, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
It'll make life easier if there's a financing that needs to make all the leases subordinate.
Okay.
So I will send that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any discussion on the resolution?
I'm just curious, what do they just use it for grazing?
No, they farm it. Corn.
Okay, okay.
It's corn.
Okay.
Keep the geese over by the tail. Resolutions in front of you. Is there a motion? Move.
Second.
Seconded. Any further discussion? None. Anne Marie, call the roll, please.
Ms. Quirk Pickman? Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Mr. Coffin?
Yes.
Mr. Byrne?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Anything else on the agenda, Mr. North?
Not at this time.
Any comments from board members?
Hold on.
I'll see them.
Yes. There was one thing we just kind of did it.
Okay.
Patty's just gonna update you on where we are with students and the beach issue. So you're up to speed on all of that. I'm sorry about that. That is good work.
We reached out to Stephen Jelly to get
some updates on all of the things that he had promised that he could provide for us. He said he's working on all of the things I reminded him of. With any luck, he will be sending us the insurance documents and signed lease agreement today or tomorrow. So hopefully we'll have that to review. The safety plan is being worked on at this time with our engineer, with the city's engineer and Department of Health. I spoke yesterday with our insurance agent, and it's rather the chicken and the egg. The city would like to know how much more insurance we need. The insurance company is asking for a safety plan to make sure that certain benchmarks are met. And if they are, then the insurance can be lower. If they are not, then our insurance will be higher. But we are still in contact with our insurance company, and they know the situation. So he has, Mr. Jelly has also informed me that the lease agreement will suffice as an invoice to the city for the rent and the utilities, and then we have to let them know the additional insurance. Good.
I just have a quick point of clarification. At one of the city council meetings, it was stated that the beach was open only on the weekends. I know. Has anyone else heard that? Has that been clarified?
No, the only time I heard it, and you said you heard it in the council meeting.
Right.
I really, I guess it wasn't outright, we didn't ask what days and hours. I just assumed that it,
Right.
like, as you're on the beach,
I know.
I would assume that you're in it Monday to Sunday.
Exactly.
And you give your hours, and we vary a little bit on the weekend. But to your point, other than what you said to me, I didn't hear that.
Right. I heard it. I haven't read it anywhere, it hasn't been put in print. I just was wondering if that has been in any type of correspondence.
No.
So I'm not really sure. That was something I was very surprised to hear that. It seemed almost like it was, like that's the way it was all along. Oh, well, maybe I just made the assumption. Okay, just something.
I think I had assumed, again, an assumption, because they were opening the beach on July 1st, that going into the 4th of July weekend, it would be open every day or a longer period.
We'll see what happens.
And I would like to say that the Oxford DPW has been very respectful. He's done a very good job. Really kind of run by what they plan to do and what they'd like to do. And they, like I said, they've been really respectful of our property. Have everything's gone very well. And it's generated some excitement. I do know some people walk and stop and look and everything. They've done a nice job with that. So I just want to make that point to the board.
I can walk down. It looks good.
I went down, took some pictures. Good.
Yeah, Nicole?
No, I was going to ask if they've started any work down there and if they were still on schedule for a July 1st opening, but it sounds like yes and yes. So that's great. And I'm sure their hours of operation will hinge on lifeguards being available. And I know that that's a huge issue for all of the North Country beaches right now. It was a problem last year as well. To get that certification, there's such a small number. I'm sure their hours will be dependent upon that.
Okay. I believe there is some press online. Is there a question from any member of the press?
Not right now.
Henry? No? No, Seth? Yeah. Okay, Lawrence, is there a need for executive session?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, to discuss the consulting contract and personnel issues.
Okay. So is there a motion to move into executive session? Motion's been made. And second. Okay, Nicole? All right, we are going executive session. It is 4:57 p.m. 7 PM. We'll have executive session, Mr. Lark, any business to be conducted?
If you want to reaffirm, the July board meeting date,
July 15th at 4 PM, that's a Thursday. How is that scheduled for everyone?
I am not available.
Well, where are you going? You're off for the summer, aren't you?
I wish I was going. No, I have Summer Institute. I'm finishing up my administrative degree. So I've got Summer Institute that evening from 4:30 to 7:30.
So that's all easy, just so you know.
What?
The education administrators are great. That's easy work, so. If I can do it, anybody can do it, right?
That's right.
Okay, so far we're good for the 15th and Marie.
As far as I know.
The others know, please.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? Now, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye, opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.